Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is an exciting video for me. We are getting into everything bookish and gifting. For me, this is super exciting because my #1 love language is gift giving. I love making gifts special. I love curating gifts for everyone in my life and making them completely different and unique. As crazy as it sounds, I love receiving gifts. So this is super exciting for me. I have a full list of bookish gifts and I've kind of divided it up into some groups. So we have less expensive gifts, more expensive gifts, and then stocking stuffers. And then I have a couple little subcategories in each of those for you guys today. Starting off with the less expensive ideas, I think bookish merch is a perfect place to start. I know that a lot of people don't like receiving clothes for Christmas. I know giving clothes can be kind of tricky because everyone's sense of style and fashion is so different. I know that I'm very picky with my clothes, but bookish merch is a little bit different. Some of my favorites are from Threaded by Sabrina and Light & Soul Co. You can find a lot of them on Etsy, and these can really be anything from like sweaters, shirts, hats. Really, there's a lot out there. I would suggest going on Etsy to start out. Obviously, there is an abundance of bookish merch out there. So if you search maybe their favorite book, maybe their favorite author, I feel like you're bound to find something that is really cute and curated towards their liking. Next is a bit of an obvious one, but it's just books. Specifically, if you can get access to their TBR, then buy them books that they haven't read before. I think now is the perfect time to go and ask your friend or your partner, whoever you're getting these books for, to follow them on Goodreads or Storygraph, whatever they use to track their books, so that you can get a good idea of books that they actually haven't read yet or are on their radar. That way, by the time Christmas rolls around, they've kind of forgotten and maybe aren't suspicious about receiving a book. If you can get access to their TBR, then just buy them a book they've been wanting to read that maybe they haven't bought for themselves yet. This is always gonna win for a bookish person. Receiving books is literally our favorite thing. Along those lines, and this can get kind of pricey depending how about you go for it, but that is gonna be special editions of their favorite books, and I have bought myself a couple so far. These are both Abby Jimenez books. These are some books that I've read and really love, and I really treasure these books. This one is signed, which could also be something special. Just give them a signed book from their favorite author. This one is not signed, but it's just very beautifully illustrated, and it's a hardback, and these are always on display on my bookshelf for everyone to see. This one specifically is from Steamy Lit if you are looking for some ideas. I know they have a ton of different options on there. They might not all be signed, but even just a special edition is just as special. And this one I got from Eternal Embers. They also have a lot of options if you're looking for some ideas. You could also just look up on Amazon or maybe on Google and go down a rabbit hole from there. Next, I have a little bit of a co-category, and that is all things cozy. If you have a bookish person in your life, you know getting cozy is a serious art for us. Laying down with a book, with a good blanket or whatever is our ideal night. So I have a few things for cozy factor on the list. The first one is gonna be PJs, specifically matching sets. They just make you feel put together. There's some really cute ones on American Eagle, some very affordable ones at Target. The list goes on, but PJs are always a win. Next is going to be blankets. I personally love getting in a huge snuggly blanket, laying down with my Kindle, and just reading. So blankets are always a win. If you're looking for a more high-end one, Barefoot Dreams is great. If you're looking for a more affordable one, try TJ Maxx or HomeGoods. They have not only affordable ones, but they're also very cute. Next is candles, and this can be as creative as you want it to be. I know on Etsy that there are some very cute bookish ones that smell like book libraries or Scholastic Book Fair, I bet. Or you could also find the scent of their favorite book boyfriend, which is super cute and amazing. I also have recently fell in love with the Book Loft, I think it's called Book Loft scent at Bath and Body Works. I bought it on a whim the other day in the little wallflower plug, and now I'm obsessed, and it's bookish. So last but not least, this kind of goes hand in hand with PJs, slippers. You can get them some Uggs. I absolutely adore my Uggs. You could do true house slippers. I bet there's some bookish ones out there. They can be as creative as you want. Okay, moving on from the cozy items. Next, I have Jellycats. I have this little chocolate croissant Jellycat, and he specifically sits up on my bookshelf, but it doesn't have to be a bookshelf Jellycat, especially since they're a little bit more pricey for a stuffed animal, but I just love him. He sits up on my Emily Henry books, and he's just so cute. He's the perfect decor for my bookshelf. I don't know what it is specifically, but there's some type of pipeline of being a book girly and loving Jellycats, so I feel like this will definitely hit the mark. Next is Kindle cases, or just Kindle accessories in general. Etsy has some good ones. I really love my case from Enlightened Soul. Wait, where did I get it? I forgot where I got mine from, but I'll put it up here for you guys. You can also find a ton of them on Etsy. Moral of the story today is that Etsy is gonna be your best friend for finding the perfect gift. Along with cases, you could go the sticker route. I know a lot of girlies, specifically me, I used to have stickers all over my Kindle, love to decorate their Kindle with stickers. So again, search on Etsy their favorite book, their favorite author, favorite tropes. There are some really cute ones out there. They can get a little bit pricey the more you add on, which is why I think it's a perfect gift. It's something that I would never really go out and buy for myself, but I think it's the perfect gift, especially if you pair it along with like a clear case so that they can put the stickers on it, or maybe a pop socket, which I really love, and it's super convenient for holding your Kindle. Another Kindle accessory that I think is a great gift is like a clicker. I don't know what they're actually called. You can find them, I think, on Amazon, but what it is that you can connect it to your Kindle and you have like a remote to turn the page instead of having to do it manually, which sounds crazy, but for me, when I'm cozy and I am all bundled up, I don't want to have one arm out of the blanket and like holding my Kindle and doing like swiping. It's also super handy if you have a book girly who is also a gym girly. You can set up your Kindle on the treadmill and have the remote in your hand, and every time you want to swipe, you can just swipe the page without having to mess up your walk and turn the page. So before you call us lazy, think about how life-changing this is. Next is mugs or cute glasses. If there's one thing about a book girly, we also love our coffee, we love our tea. So mugs and cute glasses are always super fun. I have this one here that I don't even actually use for coffee. I use it for my annotation materials, but it has all of like the classic books on it, and I keep it on my bookshelf, and it's really cute. So multi-use here. But mugs and glasses are always great. Next, I have a DIY paper like book cave. I'm not sure what they're called. You'll see some pictures, you'll get what I'm talking about. But basically it's this craft that someone can do to make it look like their bookshelf has like a hidden secret garden. Or I saw one the other day at my local bookstore that was Alice in Wonderland themed, and then you craft it and build it and you put it into your bookshelf between some books, and it looks like a cute little secret. It's also great for your audiobook girlies because they can listen to an audiobook while making it. Another great gift is a book box subscription. There are tons out there. You can get it from Book of the Month, Fairy Loot. Some of these have wait lists, but buying them a book subscription would literally make their day. It's something that a lot of people I don't think would ever buy for themselves. Every month they're gonna get a new book and they're gonna know that you were the reason why they got that book. Next, I have blue light glasses. If the person you're gifting to has a Kindle Paperwhite, they're good. Kindle Paperwhites are safe for your eyes. But maybe if you have someone who has the regular Kindle or like a Nook, or maybe they read on their phone a lot, blue light glasses are always a win to keep your eyes safe and keep them from getting headaches. And then last, before I get into a pretty big section, is a personalized book embosser. You can get these from Etsy, but what it is, it's like this book embosser that you can completely personalize. For example, I can put like Amanda's library, and then you take a page and you emboss it with it, and then it's your book, and it's kind of like checking it into your library. I also have book stamps, which is kind of the same thing. It's like from the library of Amanda, and then you stamp your book whenever you get one, and you put it up in your library. This has been on my list forever. I've never bought myself one for some reason, but yeah, they have some really cute ones on Etsy. You can get ones with like cats or bees or a book, like just whatever they like. And it's super personalized and super fun. Like I said, we're now gonna get into the DIY section of like the less expensive items. This is great if you're balling on a budget or you want it to be a little bit more sentimental. First thing I have on here is a bit time consuming, and that is to annotate a book as a gift. I did this once for my boyfriend for Valentine's Day. I did it completely themed to Valentine's. You can see my tabs are like pink and red. This was such a fun experience. You can see all of my little annotations and notes in there. This was actually a book that both of us had never read before, so he kind of got to read it and see like side by side our different reactions. If you're a bookish person yourself, you could also do this with a book that you love and get the person to read your favorite book, or you could do their favorite book so that when they reread it next, they have your ideas and opinions in it. I think this is very, very special. It's just a little bit time consuming. Next, I have mugs. Again, if you are huge on DIYing, if you're a huge pottery person, you can make them a mug. You could go to a pottery class and make them a mug. You could go to one of those painting places where they already have the ceramic made for you. You just paint on it. And like I said, mugs are always a great gift, no matter if they're a bookish person or not. Next, I have a blind date with a book. Yes, you could just go to your local bookstore and probably find these, but I think it'd be a lot more special if you picked out a book that you think you would like and completely wrap it and put little clues on it. This could be super fun. There's even some very fancy ones I've seen where they attach a little tea satchel to it. You could DIY a bookmark and put it on there. I feel like DIYing blind date with a book is easy and it comes across a little bit more thoughtful instead of just going to Barnes & Noble and picking one up from there. Lastly, I have a book bouquet, and if you are a reader, you have definitely seen these everywhere. It's basically just books that look like they're in a bouquet and then you wrap them. This is a great way to give someone some books that they've been wanting. It's a little bit more special and extravagant and really not that hard. You can look up a video. I'm sure there's tons on TikTok of how to make them, and it comes out looking really, really cute. It's something that they could put on their Instagram or their Bookstagram, and it's just adorable. Alrighty, moving on to the more expensive gifts. This is a little bit shorter of a list because I feel like being a reader is a very inexpensive hobby, but there are some little luxury items that might be nice. First is a Kindle Paperwhite. I know that they even have the new Color Soft one coming out this year. Personally, I'm okay with just my Paperwhite, but if there's someone that really loves to read like manga or comic strips or whatever, maybe the Color Soft is the way to go. Truly, I think this is the best investment. I actually received my Kindle as a gift a couple years ago, and honestly, I think a Kindle Paperwhite is just the best investment for a reader. I love my Paperwhite so much. It comes with me almost everywhere. It makes me feel like I'm reading fast. It's not heavy. It looks like paper. Really, it's the best thing on the earth. Next, I have a book chair. Like I said earlier, us readers love to get cozy. I have a couple examples up on the screen, but I think a book chair is such a great gift that someone probably wouldn't necessarily buy for themselves because it's just a chair. But it could also be their special designated reading area, and it's cozy. So a book chair is a really great gift. Next, I have maybe kind of an obvious one, but that is a bookshelf. Maybe you're gifting to someone who just started reading and kind of has all of their books that they've read this year just kind of floating around. A bookshelf is such a great option. I know the most popular ones, and even the one that I have is the one from IKEA. I love it. It's perfect. It's a little bit more affordable. Maybe they need another one. Maybe you don't have someone who just started reading and they need another bookshelf. Literally the perfect gift. Along with that is a TBR cart. You can get these on Amazon. You can get them at Michael's. I know they have them at Target. Mine specifically is from Michael's. But what this is like a little rolling cart that they can put their physical TBR on to keep it separate from their bookshelf. I found this really helpful because when I look at it, I'm like, dang, my TBR is huge. Or it kind of keeps it separate from the books I've already read. That way I don't get mixed up. Next is a box set of a series they love, or maybe they've been wanting to read. Maybe a special edition box set. There's some beautiful, beautiful Throne of Glass box sets that people paint on, and these can get kind of pricey. Box sets in themselves are super pricey. That way they have the whole series on hand and they don't have to keep going out and buying them, which I am very guilty of. So that way they can just pick it up just like that once they finish the first one and can immediately start the second or third or fourth one. Next, I have an Ember mug. It's basically just this fancy mug that has like, I think a hot plate on it, and it keeps your coffee warm or your tea warm. It's great for a reader because sometimes I put my coffee or drink down and then I'm like super into my book and I've realized that my coffee has gotten cold. Lastly, I have sweat sets on the list. This may seem odd, but I feel like this kind of goes hand in hand with PJs. They just can get a little bit more pricey, especially if you want to splurge and get them more of a luxury one. Aloe has some really great ones. Set Active also has some great ones. They're a little bit more luxury, but it's special. No one is gonna say no to a sweat set or like a sleep set. Alrighty, moving on to the stocking stuffers. We have a pretty obvious one, and that is gift cards. Obviously, you can get them a gift card to Barnes & Nobles, or even some indie bookstores do gift cards. I know the one near me does gift cards. But you could also do a gift card to Amazon if they have a Kindle, or if you're buying them a Kindle, or if you know they're getting a Kindle. That way they could pay for their membership or buy books directly from Amazon to download onto their Kindle. I also think it would be a great idea to give like coffee shop gift cards, whether it's Dunkin' or their Dutch Bros or their local coffee shop. These are all great options. Sometimes you just want to go grab a coffee and read at the coffee shop. Next, I have a book journal. You can find these on Etsy, Amazon. I think Papier has some really, really cute ones. And these are just a great way for your bookish friend to keep track of the books they've read. They could write their ideas, their rating, their favorite quotes. There's a bunch of different options out there and really, really cute ones. Along the lines of that, you could get pens, highlighters, and the little tabs for annotating. Obviously these are super small, so they fit perfect into a stocking, but if there's someone who likes annotating or wants to get into annotating, you can get them some really special high quality pens. I really like the midliner highlighters. They're super cute and they can match some of the tabs that you have. Next, I have book sleeves. You could buy these or you could make them yourself if you're super crafty. There's different ones. There's like crochet ones, there's quilted ones. Really the list just goes on, but what these are little sleeves that you can put your paperback or hardback in. That way it keeps them from getting messed up in your bag. Maybe you had something explode in your bag. It won't touch the book, or getting crease edges, stuff like that. It's also just super cute and a fun little accessory. Next, and I feel like I maybe already said this, but bookmarks. There's very, very cute ones on Etsy. You can make them. There's fun ones that you can find that are based off their favorite book boyfriends. Next, I have a book light. This is perfect for the nighttime reader or someone who travels a lot. What it is like a clip-on tiny little lamp that allows them to turn off all the lights, but they can still see while they're reading. And then last, for stocking stuffers, I have a little bit of a co-category, and that is like giving them a kind of like spa night to go along with their book. You could buy them face masks to put in their stocking, or like the little eye patches. I know that there's some reusable ones that are super luxurious. Bath bombs, bubble bars from Lush, bubble bath, really just anything, the whole 9 yards. I love taking baths while reading. It's just the perfect setting ever, and especially getting into the winter months, baths are like my best friend. Alrighty guys, that is all the bookish gifts I have for you today. I hope you found something to give that special bookish person in your life, or maybe you found something that you want to put on your wish list now. Let me know down below if you're asking for any of these things that I mentioned. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.